just based on, and Alex Pereira is an absolute machine. The man is, right now, hard to deny him as one of the greatest fighters in the UFC for sure.
Then why has nobody done this to him in MMA? He doesn't know.
Put him on Ankalaev. Yes. Put him against Ankalaev.
You think Ankalaev take him down?
Of course.
Ankalaev deserves a world title shot. I believe he's getting it. I do not believe that Ankalaev will compete again and it not to be for a world title.
Do you think Magomed has a chance to beat Alex?
I think no, especially if he will fight in like he said, he will fight just in stand-up. Sorry, no. Bigger chances of the Alex for me.
You kind of have to put Alex Pereira already in the conversation of potential greatest of all time, which is so crazy. He's one of only 3 two-division champions, right?
Alex, stop running away.
Number 1, MMA professionals and fans want to see Alex Pereira and Magid ANV compete for the light heavyweight belt, but the confrontation is not definite, and the odds are against them. A popular analyst wants this battle to win the title, but Pereira doesn't seem interested in it. Since he believes that Anala has completed all the tests and is prepared for a championship shot, Daniel Cormier was shocked to see that Alex Pereira had not faced Magomed Anala for the title defense. However, the UFC is still testing him, as he discussed in Good Guy Bad Guy with Chael Sonnen. I don't know why Pereira isn't fighting Ankala at the moment, but I like that she has to pass another test because, as Daniel Cormier put it, the UFC is essentially saying, we have this star, and we know that this guy here could be a real potential issue for that star. Cormier explained that the recent opponents of Alex Pereira were dangerous strikers, but they don't have the ability to mix it up like ANV can. According to Cormier, the Pereira vs Ankalaev fight will surely happen sooner or later. He feels that it will be a very difficult fight and probably the hardest title defense of Pereira's career. Daniel Cormier added they will fight eventually, but they will fight when we have no other option, and I like it. I like it. I don't think you run the risk yet, and I'm not saying Pereira can't fight or beat ANV. I just feel like it is a very, very difficult matchup, possibly the hardest matchup for him in the entire light heavyweight division. The former champ Chael Sonnen recently shared a video on his YouTube channel where he predicts that ANV will get a title shot, but he is unsure whether his opponent will be Alex Pereira or not. In short, Sonnen feels that Alex Pereira will fight with someone else before Anala. He said that Ankalaev deserves to become the champion, and if he gets the chance, he will prove what he is capable of. Sonnen said that Magid Ankalaev should be considered for a world title. I think he's grasping it. Although Chael Sonnen appreciates Ankalaev's patience, he also thinks that Pereira is fearless and would have turned down the opportunity to fight against Ankalaev if he had been offered the chance. As a result, I do not think Ankalaev will compete again, and it will not be for a world title. Sonnen went on to add, although I am aware that Pereira was not called into the office to fight, that doesn't negate the fact that it would appear as though he would, and the media and rankings would back it up. Pereira and ANV have openly decided to do it. I'm sharing with you that there wouldn't be a meeting over it. Since Alex Pereira is so much better than Magud, and Magud is only prepared to fight him in stand-up, Jerry Praz, who also competes in the light heavyweight division, believes that he doesn't see Magud defeating him in a bout between the two.
Do you think Magomed has a chance to beat Alex?
I think no, especially if he will fight in like he said, he will fight just in stand-up. Sorry, no. Bigger chances of the Alex for me.
Dryas Dupi, a middleweight mixed martial arts fighter, also offered his opinion on the possible Alex Pereira vs Magud Ankalaev matchup. He believes Putain will lose because Alv is also a strong fighter with great skills, but Pereira's ability to knock out opponents and his unwavering strength give him a slight advantage. We don't know what will happen when ANV defeats Pereira, but Dryas Dupi acknowledged the experience and tenacity of the light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira, believing that Alex is currently the best MMA fighter in this division and that it is very difficult for anybody to defeat him at this time. Dryas Dupi stated that ANV's last performance at UFC 308 was obviously not a fantastic one. ANV is a formidable fighter. You know he's an all-arounder, obviously, and has great wrestling, but I believe that sometimes you just don't have the night that you win.
And Alex Pereira is an absolute machine. The man is yeah, right now, hard to deny him as one of the greatest fighters in the UFC for sure. So, I can't go against him at this stage unless he fights me.
Lawit also made fun of Ankalaev, claiming that he hasn't gotten better at fighting and always ends up on the defensive. According to Yen, ANV also pledged to work on his style prior to his last bout, but he didn't follow through. Howie believes that ANV's last battle was so dull that he dozed off during it, which is why he is leaning toward Alex Pereira to retain.
That Ankalaev should get this fight,
Yeah, I agree. If he was to fight Pereira next, who do you think would win that fight?
If Ankalaev will fight like the last fight with Rakic, he's gonna lose the fight. He's a good fighter, but not enough for Pereira in this kind of style. He have to believe in that what he's doing, I think he don't believe. He just want to win the fight, but don't take too much punches, he's very...
Popular YouTuber Kon Kimura stated that he thinks Pereira will defeat AV if they fight right now. He says that ANF is a strong fighter and has the momentum, but Pereira is simply too skilled for him. Camera claimed that Alex is in excellent form and that his unwavering strength and grappling skills are sufficient to defeat ANV.
He will fight that way against Pereira? Do you think we'll see him, a better version of him, when he fights Pereira?
He said the same before Rakic that we're gonna see like a new Ankalaev, but everybody see this fight was a very boring fight. I almost go to sleep.
If you had to pick though, if they were fighting, would you pick Pereira?
Right now, Pereira. 3 fights ago, I would pick Ankalaev, now Pereira.
Alex Pereira, the light heavyweight champion, hinted on social media that he would be defending his title soon, but the opponent would not be ANV Magid. In response, ANV called Pereira a chicken. However, this tweet contradicts his earlier accusation of ANV that he doesn't want him, claiming that he was prepared to fight anyone but that it was ANV who didn't want to face him on his YouTube channel. Meanwhile, all the fans are waiting for the confirmation and scheduling of this much-anticipated clash. I always wanted to fight against AV, Alex Pereira said, and I threw that to the organization and left it very clear, but AV didn't want to fight against me because I don't know if it was the location or if he just didn't want to because he isn't the champion and he can't pick anything. The light heavyweight champion stated that he is prepared to face anyone because he is confident in his abilities and strength, but Pereira believes that it was a fantastic opportunity for ANV and is unsure of why he wasted it. Adding, I think it's the opportunity that comes up. He didn't want it. He has his reasoning. I don't know what it is. Pereira said, I came to tell you guys I'm not scared of anyone because everyone knows my history, everything I've done, and who I went against, not just in MMA but also in kickboxing, so it's obvious that I want to fight this guy. On the other hand, Magome denied all of that and called Pereira a liar, claiming that he was never contacted by UFC officials and Dana White, claiming that Pereira is afraid of him, which is why he is lying, but he will make him pay for his words. ANV made a tweet. I put out the fire against you, Dana White, but you are lying, Alex Pereira. I'm going to make you eat your words once I take care of my business, even though MC Maynard never offered me a fight. In a recent interview with MMA Junkie, Magid ANV discussed his sentiments and expectations for the title shot. He currently holds the top spot in the UFC light heavyweight rankings and has a 13-fight winning run. ANV is the most worthy contender to go against Alex Pereira for the title match. According to Magid, ANV has had a successful run in UFC 12 matches thus far, and Alex Pereira clearly climbed up there. He has 2 and 3 fights in the division, and he skyrocketed. Ed now holds the title, and I believe that, with all of my prior credentials, I deserve to have a shot at it. I am eagerly awaiting this opportunity. Ankalaev has informed MMA Junkie that he is the one who is winning and deserves to have a shot at the title because he has worked very hard to get to this point in his career. Magome feels that he has to face Pereira and prove whether he deserves to remain the champion or not. Magome further stated that I will be the next contender for the title fight because, if you look at the top 5, everyone has recently lost, so it makes sense that I will be stepping up and having this title fight next. Alex Pereira, Glover's instructor and former mixed martial arts athlete, Chera, congratulated him and hinted that he would face Pereira next. Glover Chera tweeted, "Great knockout, we'll see you soon." Thank you, champ. You don't have to wait too long. I'm ready for your guy. However, recently, Magid Anali expressed his frustration with Alex Pereira and asked Chera to not waste his time on Pereira because he won't learn anything in the press conference. Magomed told Alex Pereira that if he had the chance to confront him, he would knock him down.
Magomed Ankalaev is going to beat Alex Pereira. Despite Magomed coming out with the win at UFC 308, my previous thought of him being the guy to dethrone Alex Pereira has changed. Because although he has wrestling skills, he's still more of a striker than a grappler. And personally, I think Alex is hard to take down, mostly because it's hard to shoot on a guy with so much power. Plus, he has a lot of momentum right now, and although Magomed does as well, it's just not to the same level as Alex. So for me, I got Alex winning in that matchup. But what do you think?
For Glow and Teixeira, I have a message. Don't waste your time trying to teach your student how to wrestle or grapple. He's not going to need it. I'm going to come out there, I'm going to stand across from him, and I know that he's been knocked out before as a middleweight. So imagine what's going to happen if I meet him in light heavyweight. Trust me, he's
the fight is not confirmed yet, but we will get to know very soon with whom Alex Pereira will fight in his title defense match. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira is looking uncertain at the moment, but you never know as things can turn very quickly in the UFC. So, in case this fight becomes a reality, what do you guys think will win between Pereira and Ankalaev? Predict your winner in the comments section.